Hello all and welcome to the channel Tech and More. So this video is a part of ongoing series Salesforce Lightning Flows. As you know, there are different type of flows and we will talk about them one by one along with some scenarios and example, practical implementation. So we will talk about screen flow in this video, and let's go to the definition first. So screen flow is a type of flow in Salesforce that creates interactive workflows for your users, and it involves interaction as well. So basically what it means that for a screen flow to if you want to implement screen flow and if you want to interact using screen flows, you need different set of screens. You need button, I would say action. You can call it using lightning page or utility bar as well. So there are multiple ways you can call a screen flow. Basically the type of flows in which you want human interaction, that can be covered by screen flows. Okay, so we will talk about this scenario first. So in our scenario, I am taking a very simple scenario, the basic one. So we want to create opportunity on account object. So we, for any account record, what we want is we want that the related opportunity can be created from there only. So the sales reps need not to go on particular opportunity page and they have to create a related opportunity for account. They can be able to create the opportunity from that account record itself. Okay, so this is the basic scenario. So let's go to the flow first. So we are at setup and we need to write flow in the quick find box. So you can click on flow, and you, for creating a new flow, you need to click on new flow. So you can see there are multiple type of flows. So we are going to select screen flow. As I have told you earlier in my previous video that this is a flow builder, and I have talked about the various type of resources, elements, connectors as well. So if you have not watched that video, I will highly recommend that please go through that video first and then jump into this video. Okay, so what is our scenario? We want to create a opportunity record from account record page. Okay, so first of all, let's create a screen. Okay, what we want is we want a button to be placed on the screen. So we will find, we will, okay, we don't need this type of button. We will use this finish button only. And let's talk about the screen properties. We will name it as create opportunity. So in the configure header, we don't want any header. So we will say skip this part, and in footer we only want finish button, and that will we will customize the finish button as well. So we want a custom label, that is create opportunity. We don't want previous button, we don't want pause button as well. So it's created. So our first screen is created. And for the next screen, when once the user clicks on create opportunity button, so there will be a different set of fields that should be there so that the user can enter values there, and they will be able to create a record. So in the second screen we want user inputs. So the first field will be name. Let us go to the opportunity record first. We will select only those fields which are required. Okay, so we will select only three fields. First one is name, second one is close date, and The third one is stage. Okay, so we don't want this name field to be added. We will just pick a text field. So the label will be name, and we require this value. Okay, this is the name of the screen. Second will be close date, and the third field will be stage. So I think stage is a pick list field. Let us just check. Okay, yeah. This is a pick list field, so we will check select pick list, and we will place it here. So the name of the field is stage, it is required, data type is text. So for this we need to create a choice set, because it is a pick list field, so we need pick list values to be filled here. So we will create a new choice resource, and it will be a pick list choice set. Opportunity, stage name, object will be opportunity, and the data type is pick list, and the field is stage. Okay, and the sort order is default order of fields. If you want any like particular sort order, you can select. So for now we are keeping as is, and done. So we have created a choice set for pick list field. All the three fields are created. So we can, okay, we don't want these buttons as well, so we can configure them. And the header, we don't want it. For the footer, and for the finish button we want custom label. Say save, then done. So what we have done is, we have created a button. When we click on that button, the create opportunity button, it will show us a second screen in which we will give the values, the three values which we have created: name, stage, and close date. After that we want to create opportunity record. Okay, so that means we want to create a record. Label is create opportunity record. So we want only one record to be created every time the user pass some values. So there will be one. So we want to give the values, right? Uh, so w- we want to create a record for the opportunity object. So that's why we need to click on this radio button, use separate resource and literal values for the object opportunity. Okay, so we will select each and every field. For name field, we want to give the value in the name field. Okay, screen component name. And for the close date, there is a close date field. And for the stage, there is a stage field which we have created. Okay, so these are the fields of the opportunity object, and these are the fields which we have created. Okay, so these are the values from the screen component. So now we can click on done. So it says that it will create a opportunity record. Now we can use a success screen or a failure screen as well, like if we want to create a screen component to show the success screen, and we want to create a fault message as well, we can add the fault path. But for now I don't want anything, or I would say we can create a success screen to show that the record is created. We don't want any header, so there will be a text. So there will be a display text. Record is created successful. Okay, you can give any color to the text as well. And then we want to display it always. For the footer we don't want these buttons. So it's done. Okay, the record, the flow is created. Now we can save the flow, create opportunity records on account. Okay, save. And for the flow to be placed on some screen, we need to activate the flow as well. First of all, we will debug like whether it is working or not, and we can meanwhile we can jump onto the account object. Hmm. So we have not, for the screen component, we have not given any input variable, like because it is to be placed on account object. So we need record ID for account, right? So for that we need to create a new resource. It is a variable. API name should be record ID. Data type is text. So it is available for input. Okay, we want it to be the values to be taken from the account object. Now we can save it, and we can debug it. Now it is saying that we need to pass the record ID. So meanwhile we have these accounts, so we can open any of the account. We can copy the record ID, we can paste it here, and we can run it. So the first screen says create opportunity, the button which we have created. So second screen says we need to pass name, close date, and stage field. So name would be Tekken More Test. Close date should be 27, and say close one, and then save. So it says the record is created successfully. Okay, so so that means the flow doesn't have any error, so it can be placed in I would say on the account object. So let us place the flow on the account record page, and then we will check how it is working. So once you click on the account record page, you need to go to the setup gear icon, and then you need to click on edit page. Once the page is loaded, you need to click on the flow. You need to just drag and drop your flow component here. So it is here. So what is the flow name? Flow name is create opportunity records. So we need to search for, okay, we have not activated the flow yet, so that's why it is not there in this drop down. Okay, once the flow is activated, then we need to refresh it again. Now drag and drop the flow component, search for your flow name, create opportunity records on account, and then we need to pass the record id. So we will click this button on this checkbox, pass record id into this variable. That means it will automatically take the record id of the particular account record. Okay, and then we will click on save. So changes are saved, and then we can go back. So as you can see, this component is created, right? Create opportunity component. I think there is an issue in this component, but we will check. Okay, we will run the flow, and then we will fix that issue. So now once we clicked on create opportunity button, we need to pass the values test 1 today, and then close one and save. So it says the record is created successfully. So the record is created, but it is not mapped to this account, Edge Communication. We can check the record as well once we click on opportunities. Yeah, so the record is created. The opportunity test one is created, but it is not getting mapped to account because we have not added any logic to map the created newly created opportunity to the account object. Okay, so we will add that scenario in our flow. So for that, what we need to do is, let's go to opportunity object and then search for account field. So there is account name field which is lookup to account. So we need to give the value to this field. Let's click on this create a record, and then for the field we can search on account id because API name is account id, right? This is the account id, and for this we need to pass the record id because record id is nothing but the record id of the particular account object. So we will pass this record id and then click on done. Now we will save it. So it will create a new version because the previous version was activated, so we will not be able to do any changes to that version. So we will create a new version and activate the new version. If we will not activate this second version, then the first version will run. Okay, so we like be mindful while creating the flows that if we are doing any changes and we are creating the new version, then that version should be activated as well. Okay, so we have activated this. Now we will refresh, and we will click on create opportunity. We will pass name as tech and more test 2. Close date is 27. I should give negotiation and review as stage. Okay, the record is created successfully. Now we will check on related opportunities. Yeah, you can see that related this opportunity record is created and it is related to this account as well. So that's how you can create a screen flow. So this was very simple scenario, like it is a basic scenario, but you can work on multiple scenarios, complex scenarios. That's how you will be able to work on screen flows, and like it will be easy for you. So if you like the video, please do subscribe the channel and share the video. And if there are any comments you want to give, you please do give us the feedback, and we are open to any positive and negative feedbacks. Thank you.